daughter. Okay, here we are. It's happening, Laura. We're sinking in.
We're sinking in.
Everything,
Hello.
everything in divine timing. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. So,
Here we are. This is a very spontaneous, very impromptu. I mean, so spontaneous. This morning just came up with invitation from the heart to connect. And introduce who we are, introduce this community, which is not yet a community, was totally an invitation from grace. But we hope to be created from life to life. About motherhood, parenthood, and our children, our little gurus.
yeah. So the group that we're talking about is One Heart Parenting. And so should we just go ahead and
Introduce, that's a good idea.
who we
Yeah.
are and how we've
Who
come on
are
this
we?
journey?
How did this come about? A little story
Yeah.
about that too might be useful. Do
Yeah.
you want to start, Laura?
Yeah, so my journey has been a sort of a very nuanced one with lots of ups and downs and bumps and lefts and rights and backwards. And I've had multiple portals into seeing the sort of deeper layers of this thing we called life. But one of the most recent portal is, of course, being a mother or becoming a mother, because the moment a baby is born, so is a mother. She hasn't been a mother previously. So there's a dual birth that goes on. And that was a big portal into the unseen shadows. So that was how I kind of came to this way of seeing this kind of non-dual realm, this kind of non-separateness. And so my background is I'm a psycho-spiritual counselor. I'm an internal family systems therapist. I'm an author. I play music. I paint. I enjoy life.
And you're a mum.
And I'm a mum, which is the most important. And she is, as you've touched on this, actually, she's the little Buddha that's come into my life. Yeah. Before my daughter came, I'd already done piles of work. I'd already done decades of mindfulness, decades of yoga, loads of psychotherapy. And so I thought I was so laid back that I was nearly horizontal. It turns out, and I thought, no, I'm going to be the Mary Poppins mother. The hills are alive with the sound of music, and
Yeah,
we're
sure.
just gonna. And it brought out ancient rage.
Oh.
Rage like I'd never seen previously, and it frightened me actually, because now not only was I dealing with my personal stuff, I was doing that whilst looking after this tiny little thing that depended on me for everything. So, and then when I met you and we started to sort of talk about this non-dual understanding and the ups and downs of parenting and how difficult it is and how it undoes us, how it undoes the kind of what we thought was us done. These little babies pull on the strings and go, no, there's yet more.
There's more love. There's more
So
love.
that's my kind of contribution to this. How about you?
I think that was a teaching in itself. Yeah, I'm just hearing your story. Parenthood has always been the number one portal for me, from pregnancy, from the conception, the soul conception of my first son, the transcending of pain in the beautiful first home birth that I had. But I never saw it as a portal, consciously. And as you know me, I'm all about abolishing all terminology, all the fluffy, let's just break it all down into the nitty-gritty, which is the most precious portal in life, which is motherhood. parenthood,
And fatherhood, yeah.
fatherhood, of course, but and any kind of caring capacity doesn't have to be biological either. Can be a mother and a parent to a dog. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This love has no boundary.
Yeah.
So this group is for my salvation of my soul. This is where it's originating, from a deep, deep fire of love, of this love to be even more anchored in this flesh, in this body, in this role, regardless of the rage, regardless of the grief, regardless of all the archetypes that have flown through in this body. The archetype of the death mother. Not many people talk about that.
Feel
Yeah.
it.
So I am a psychotherapist in my background, which really has no leg to stand on, and however it's been part of the story. So I'm just going to share my bit. A psychotherapist, a trainer in the field of psychotherapy for over 10 years. What do I list? This all feels very relevant, but let me just say it. A supervisor trainer, sound healing practitioner, mindfulness tutor, blah, blah, blah. The list can go on for each one of us. But really, what are we here for? Yeah. And motherhood for me, it's the most beautiful, sacred journey and the most challenging.
Yeah.
And there's something about my path that it's like it's always felt there's no choice. There's been an opening, a ripe opening since a child, really. There was this connection with spirit, with this dimension. I call it spirit, but let's call it love.
Yeah.
Let's call it heart.
Yeah. Heart.
Which goes beyond the human, but embraces fully the human. And that connection was there. I've talked about my story. I can put links, maybe, if people want to hear more about it. Since I was little. And it only kept deepening and deepening. There's a continuous undoing. There's there's a global awakening of the global heart happening in my eyes at the
There
moment.
is.
And people return back to the place they never left. But it's a journey, isn't it? It appears to be a journey anyway, until it stops appearing being a journey.
Yeah.
And you talked about rage earlier, and I remember the conception of this coming together.
Yeah.
It was actually on a day where I was feeling such a resistance about parenting and struggles within it, and I was in tears. And I just felt, I just allowed it all to wash me from the inside out that morning, whilst breastfeeding at the time that baby. Actually, I was breastfeeding her still. And then this rage came within me, and I remember posting in different spiritual groups. No fucking spiritual guru talks about this invitation to freedom.
Yeah.
Where is that? So the feminist part of me, that sacred rage of all the women before us, the women before me.
And just I want to touch, it's such an important point that you make, that Buddha left his family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We see that
He
so
abandoned his family. And often I come from a tantric background, and the guru or the Baba in that, there was also a family breakup.
Yeah.
And so there's this kind of, it seems that in order to tap into this non-dual teachings, in order to really awaken the heart, you need to either not be a family person or to leave the family that you already have. And actually, I think for both of us, what's been the truth is that no, it's deepened. All it's done is it's let us tune into deeper layers, and none of it is pretty.
No.
None of it has been easy. It's really, really hard, but it's really allowed me to see more and more and more of what it means to be unconditionally loving to everything that comes, even the rage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So
Even
thank you.
Even the resistance,
Yes.
With the resistance, this is the biggest bit for me, and it is ongoing. Can I read this poem? Because we can talk it to death. But poems, it's a prose. which only arrived yesterday. I didn't intend to read it. I didn't have any plans, but it came through with such a burning force, and this woman's light that a special spiritual connection with Lucy. I'll share her work on the link.
Thank you.
Called My Deepest Work. Open the ears of your heart for the audience. My deepest work is not to stand on some grand stage and talk about expansion into vaster spiritual states. It's not to inflate my sense of knowing or doing anything. It's not to write books that simply teach myself all of the lessons that are still undone in my system. It's not to pray for collective trauma to be unknotted, for wisdom to be channeled, for the weather of my life to be predicted or managed. It's no technique, no trick, no trance, no acrobatics. I do not need to contort myself into some perfect asana, read every tradition cover to cover. It's not calling in the goddess or finding another role in priestess. It's not transcendence or embodied catharsis. It's no pilgrimage away from this. Though these things can be of value, my deeper work is silent, subtle, invisible, immeasurable. I'm here to love you deeply, completely, and it's the hardest thing I'll ever do. It's an arbitrary expanse of measures, seconds, nights, inches. When I'm exhausted, when I'm selfish, when I'm empty, when I'm trudging through rain and you need sweetness, when we're up in the night and you need patience. This is so much harder than 10 days of Vipassana. This coming together is crawling on knees, bruised knuckles, life shrapnel flying around my heart's emptiest trenches. The need in your green eyes is the front line. So what I do here, when no one is looking, is my dharma. No Zen master will ever be as demanding as a 5-year-old with fever. No love holds this ability to destroy me if I'm fearless enough to walk into it completely. Can I let love own me? Ifyana-san, it's my child's name, you were sent to improve me, so I'll keep trying to let you undo me, to let love move through me and infuse the deserted battlefields in me. I'll keep trying to find humor, surrender, humility instead of armor. And in these moments when I want to run, when I feel the weight of suffocation threaten, let me remember, I asked for this. I asked to learn how to love so deeply, so purely, that I would forget myself. I asked to be broken open. I asked to know the meaning of true devotion. So God gave me you. Not a mountain, not a nun's habit, not a secret sect, no dusty crypts and relics. God gave me you, a live-in guru. God gave me my need for autonomy, this fear of consumption, and every single want you lay at my feet. So I will keep trying to soften, lay down my protection. Open, open, open. I will keep trying to give myself away to your love's wisdom. Fall into the risk of surrender's abyss. Meet love's edge and expand it. This is not prose, this is a prayer.
For anyone who's wondering what the background gorgeous sound is, it's a sound of a child playing.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so don't, it's Yeah, we've just come back.
Mm.
Thank you for that reading. I'm still riding on the spirit of that reading, really beautiful. But what I wanted to share, what comes to me now is earlier when I went out for a jog in my local park, it's next to a primary school.
Mm.
Of course, we've all been on holiday on the Christmas break. And it's so beautiful to hear the sound of children. And just as I hear the sound of children, snowdrops are poking through the ground. Thinking to myself, this is life.
Life. We said it together.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did we say it together?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
You know, it's children playing the voices of joy, expressing in different ways. It doesn't have to be always joy, even when they
No.
so-called tantrum. That is also a divine expression. I'm just thinking, wow,
Yeah.
I get to witness this, me.
Yeah.
How honored.
Yes. Yeah. How humbled.
That's right. So I
And
think the non-dual parenting path is a humbling path.
yeah, surrendering. This
Surrendering. That's
poem is
right.
about surrendering to the heart that we are, to the heart that we already are. That does not mean giving up, because some people confuse surrender with giving up or indulging. It's surrender to whatever the moment is presenting.
That's right.
And I don't want to cover this in roses. Yeah, and it's a path that can only deepen if we let it. Can we dare let love own us?
I feel how gorgeous that is.
This is the invitation for me. This is the invitation for myself, which, you know, for myself and the other people and whoever gathers in this community, there's no separation here. There's a real sense. There's no any guru. There's no teacher. There's all of that is going to be demystified.
Well, the guru, I think what we're trying to do is redirect the focus of the guru on your child.
Within.
Well, inner child, outer child. It's like, you know, we talk about making a U-turn, turning back on yourself, going, let me be with this little one that's asking.
Yeah.
Let me hear the call of love. Yeah. Because everything is either a call for love or an expression of love. And so when we hear this inner and outer children calling out for love, can I be in this moment? Can I see that as the teacher, as the guru that is helping me to see something here and be present to it? But just the final point, when you mentioned roses, it's not roses, but notice how the rose, not only does it come with the beautiful flower, but also it comes with a thorn.
Thorns, yes.
You can't have it one without the other.
Yes, and that's the
There's
beauty.
something about non-dual dual. Yeah, it's both hand. It sort of mixes in and mixes out and merges. It's the cosmic dance. It is this Leela.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned in honor of our child, which I didn't know, the fragrance of the rose comes from the thorns. And if there's anything so close to my heart, my journey has evolved that way through the shadows and only more and more shadow. You know, for different people, it expresses differently. But this has been the expression here. And when the crystal moment of awakening happened in 2019, and it does take a while to integrate in a way, you know, people can awake into this space gradually. It doesn't have to be a big bang. If we're ready, it can happen in an instant. Through this prayer that we've just read, people can just feel it.
Yes.
I was pregnant, and I was suicidal.
The both and.
Both end.
Yes.
And there was so much clearing. And although the context was very worried for me at the time, there was a deep recognition. This is clearing stuff. This is not me. So life was gifting me creation, symbolically and and spiritually. And it was a very significant moment in my journey. So motherhood has always been the portal, no matter how much I keep resisting, and you see how much I've been resisting this. Let's want it, not want it. No, I'm not ready. All the mind stuff. I've got to surrender. This is part of my surrendering, deepening journey, and I'd love to do it in company. It takes a village to raise a parent, I say. Hopefully will be the title of my new book. Who knows the title?
So with that, we're sending out an invite to anyone who watches this, anyone who is inspired by it, any parents, mothers, fathers, just come and join us, even grandparents, you know, uncles, aunts, anyone who is really wanting to be seen in all the pain and everything that is here and be held. Yeah? So be seen and be held. This is an invite out. Come and join us. And do we have anything else to add, or does it feel like a satiated?
People can join. The invitation is join consciously. I just feel like I want to say that. Join consciously into this. Take responsibility for what you share.
Yes.
For whatever is there to be shared. And my wish is that the community will gather a momentum around to cherish the seedlings, that people will let us be the seeds and the water at the same time for each other in this journey. My intuition is telling me, I have no idea how this is going to unfold, but I can imagine in my daily sprouting of poetry or whatever is happening, I'll be sending, things will be coming through and just sharing them from life to life with no expectation.
That is right. So let it be a sort of a diary, a chronicle, a sort of a witness to everything that unfolds. And so everybody's welcome to throw in and cast their seeds, cast their preciousness, however that shows up.
Yeah, sometimes you just need somebody to say, I hear you. You're not alone. You're on the other side of the planet, mother, and you've had that shit morning, and I've had that too over this side. And I hear you, and I'm here. There's something about, let's make this invisible thread of love and connection visible, more explicit, and just be here, that village together.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for joining. Watching everyone, and hopefully see you on the group.
See you on the group.
See you on the group.
One heart.
One heart.
Now.